impression that people get when they walk into our studios. Our Director of First Impressions, Trish Lefere. Welcome to Meet the Staff.
Well, thanks. It's great to be here on the anniversary show.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you back. You actually came back from vacation to be with us this week.
I did. It was tough. It was so cold when I got home, I almost had to pull out the heating pad.
But really, isn't that the way you want it, to have that, I guess, the extreme from what it's like in vacation land to what it is at home?
Yeah, it is. I haven't done one of those in a long time. It's a tradition we did with my mom, who passed away about 3 years ago. We went back in honor of her on an island trip with my sisters and my one sister-in-law. So, yeah, I hadn't done that for a long time, so it was nice to get away.
Good.
Made January go really fast.
And you told me you went to Turks and Caicos.
Yes.
Which I never knew how to pronounce until you went there, but this is going to be just a strange oddity that in one of our clips, Sonia Walton, travel agent, held up a brochure for Turks and Caicos.
Is that what it says? I saw the ad on there. It was Turks and Caicos? That's
Turks
crazy.
And Caicos. I don't even know where
That's very strange.
Where is it?
It's in the British West Indies, and I guess kind of like by the Dominican Republic is the best way down there. Just kind of plopped right in the middle of the ocean, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful though.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time,
Yes.
but we're glad you're back.
Yes, it feels good to be back.
You actually share the job. One day a week, Dana Vance comes in and does Wednesdays, but the rest of the week you're here. Tell us a little bit about your job.
Well, the main job I think is to greet the greet the guests when they come in, and just the typical things out at the desk, doing the billing, answering the phones, and that type of thing. Karen's right-hand lady is what I always say. Help her out.
You do a lot of scheduling.
Starting to do more, yeah. And one thing that's been neat since I've been here is, when you first started, Karen had everything handwritten, so I've been putting it all in the computer and working backwards. I'm in the year 2005, so it's kind of neat to be on the anniversary show and just think about all the different guests that have been here over the years, a lot of repeats, some that unfortunately aren't still here with us, and yeah, just really cool.
Yeah, and for me that was sad to see as we looked at some of the clips, some of the people have passed away.
Right.
But when you have 36,000 guests, it's part of life.
Yes, and your next show, or next week, hitting number 5,000 for your shows. I asked you earlier if you're getting tired of talking.
No, not at all. Isn't that what I said?
You said you weren't.
I'm not. No, it's a blessing to have this job and to work with these people.
Yeah.
We have you and all of these people, and all of you tuned in. So you brought some photos.
I did.
Hopefully some vacation photos.
Yeah. A few of those, some of my family. Well, first of all, this is my husband Bob and I, and this is when we do a lot of biking. We like to do that. We like to find destinations and take our bikes, and there's tons of trails to find in Michigan. This one's actually in Shipshewana, Indiana, so that was just afterwards we went into the town. But yeah, we like to ride our bikes, find some place to eat, and then ride back, and I always call it's our date, our time to eat out, and our exercise all in one. So.
That's why most people bike, is so they can eat.
You betcha.
Yeah. Hardcore cyclists there.
Yeah, so I got three grandchildren. This is Cameron. He's part of the duo of Jolene and Cameron, the twins, and they're going to be 3 this year, and they're doing fantastic, yeah.
And when they were born, they were just ounces.
They were tiny, yep, but they are growing fast and tons of fun.
Cute kids.
Yeah, and this is Gavin. He's our 10-year-old grandson, and loves all things sports. Baseball and basketball are his favorites. So yeah, great kid, great to be around. And that's Bob and I at a wedding. We had 6 of them last year. So we were very busy. So this was at my cousin's wedding.
In the Budweiser.
Yep, and this is our traditional picture we get once a year because we're not all together that often. My whole family is, so we've got my son-in-law, Mitch, on the left, and Jen is my daughter, Ben is next, then Sarah, Gavin, Jolene, Cameron, and Bob and myself. So that was Christmas Day, we got to be together.
So 3 grandchildren.
2 grandchildren, yep. And then my kids had a fun weekend. It's always fun to see your kids enjoying being around each other. So they just were in Indianapolis just this past weekend, so I just got this photo, and they went to a Butler basketball game, and Jen and Mitch went to a comedy show, and just hanging out together.
Nice.
So it's fun to see that.
Yeah, you've got family spread out throughout the Great Lakes region.
Yes,
So
yep.
you-
And then my family, I went when I was see the picture with my sisters. Yeah, they're all Illinois and Iowa. So this is Jolene with my daughter, just having fun. She's all full of smiles and really coming into her own personality. That's for sure.
Wow.
And this is my sisters, then Turks and Caicos that we were just at. We were having a pina colada in honor of my mom, in memory of my mom. That's what we always did when we go. It's the first thing we do on the first night there. So yeah, beautiful beach and area. Just great time being together.
You all
Weather
look
was perfect.
You all look like you're pretty close in age. How far apart are you?
Actually, my oldest sister, Sue, is 8 years older than myself, and I'm the youngest. So yeah, pretty close together. So there's 5 of us, a lot of fun restaurants and just doing a lot of stuff outside.
Do people note that you all must be sisters? You all look so much alike.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we get that often. Yeah, happy hour by the pool. Yeah, it was a beautiful space. The owner actually had a happy hour and snacks. I guess he does it every Wednesday night or something like that. So that was fun.
And you'd
Yeah.
never been there before, had you?
No, None of us had been. I have a couple sisters that travel a ton, and they had not been there yet either. So yeah, a lot of fun.
Looks great.
Yeah, it sure was.
And what was the temperature?
It was like 79, 80 every day, and then it went down to maybe 74 at night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was pretty
Perfect.
awesome, yes.
Yeah. I think it's like that, like all year round, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Hard to
Yeah.
come back, but I'm so glad you did. So, looking through the photos, we saw a little bit about what you like to do: family,
Mm-hmm.
biking, eating out, going to weddings. Is there anything we
Yeah.
missed that you didn't get photo evidence of?
Well, yeah, no, pretty much anything outside. I like to jog. I'm an avid reader and like to read a lot. Bob and I do trade off books with Karen a lot here too and stuff. And pretty much anything with my family, anything outside.
And we have actually 2 Leferes here at JTV, but like all the Leferes in Jackson, you're all related somehow,
Right.
but
Don't always
yeah.
know how, but I believe Mickey and my father-in-law are cousins, so.
Yeah. It's interesting because most of the Leferes all had big immediate families, 8, 10, 12 kids. So that's why there's so many. I think, how many were at the last reunion? Were you there?
Oh, I was, but I don't even know. I think, 500 plus.
Yeah.
And the neat thing about Bob's family, his dad, is that 7 siblings, and they've all lived here their entire life in Jackson. So that's what's cool.
Well, I think everyone watching knows a relative of yours.
Probably.
That's why I think it was the reason that Leferes came to Jackson, the same reason the Leferes stayed in Jackson.
Because it's a
They
great
just love
place
it.
to live.
Yeah, it is a great
Yeah,
place to live.
and to raise your family.
So now Dana couldn't be with us this week, so did she phone in any message that she wanted you to pass along?
She did not, but I have a feeling she might sneak on Wednesday. We'll
I
see
think
if you've got time for her.
I think we'll
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah.
Well, Trish, we love everything that you bring to JTV, all that you do for us, and thanks for being on our team, and thanks for being on Meet the Staff.
Well, thanks, and thanks for having me.
You bet. Our Meet the Staff series with our receptionist, the director of First Impressions, Trish Lefere. Well, that's